So, I believe we are live. Good evening, everybody. Well, that's if you're looking at east of me. If you're west of me, good morning. So, good evening, Count. Great to have you. So, we're going to start with the open closes that I've been doing to start with, and then we'll do some the multiple choice one. So good evening, Oksana, as well. So next stream's Tuesday 20th at 9:30 UK time and Thursday 22nd at 4:30. So good evening, Roland. Good evening, Quarenta. Good evening, Singh. Good evening, Manisco. Good evening, Vibes. So you need to invent a word that is suitable for the gap, and the title of this bit is The Jobs Employers Just Can't Fill. Hello, Arif and Polly. Great to have you. Yeah, watering your garden. That sounds like a really good thing to be doing. Okay, so the jobs employers just can't fill. Good evening, Renyard. Some sectors are crying employees, but workers think they can better. Manu, good evening. Mavchin, great to have you. The vacancy. So, some sectors are crying. Falern, lovely to have you. Ha! Nailed in one. Okay, some sectors are crying employees, but workers think they can better. Okay, they can, let's see, in that, Vitalia, I would probably say they could be, as opposed to they might be. Yeah. Huh. Crying from, nope, that doesn't work. A crying for more employees, that definitely works, Vibes. To cry wolf employees doesn't work, Roland. Manji, lovely to see you, and Ronan. Okay, so we've got a second correct answer from Rose. Ooh. Okay, they can do better jobs. So, sort of, Count. I like the do in this one, Count, but job at the end, no. So, some sectors are... Okay, we've got another one from Manu that's correct. They can lay better off. Yeah. Okay, the first bit's good, Manu. That's good, Oksana. That's a good start. Okay, are crying for more employees. That works, Slow Set. They can find better jobs. That looks very good. Sunset, Slow Sunset. They can be better paid. Yes. So, crying out for, yes, Ronan and Renyard. They can be better sacked. Well, maybe they could get an indemnity. So, Falern, crying out for employees. But workers think they can fill better posts. I like fill better posts as well. That's good, Falern. Are crying for lost employees. That would work. Can be better paid. Yes, Ronan. Out for, they can lay off better. So the first two, Manji, but this last bit doesn't work. They can get better wages. That works, Manu. That works. Get better wages. I like it. Oh, Renyard. Oh, Renyard. You've just got both of the second two, congratulations, are crying out for employees. Can size better down. That doesn't work, Manu. Can get better salaries. That works, Oksana. Lead better lives. That works as well, Valentine. Cami, great to have you. Find better jobs. So let me give you the right answers, or the answers that were in the original. Some sectors are crying out for get better wages. That's it, Sharon. That would do fine. Some sectors are crying out for employees, but workers think they can do better elsewhere. Okay, I like this find better job solution. So to cry out for is to need very badly. Give me more. They're crying out, but workers think they can do better elsewhere. Yeah, and let's try the next one then. Okay, this I enjoyed this exercise because this exercise is difficult. Well done. So, well done, Vitali, you nailed the cry out for, and well done, Renyard, you nailed the do better elsewhere. I'm impressed. Can make better performances nearly. Oh, don't worry about it, Renyard. Cry out for, to need very badly, exactly. Yeah. Bina, great to have you. Throughout the few years, workers have been from jobs in record numbers. Okay, so the first few years, first doesn't really work, Qualenta. And you've nailed it again, Vitali, to start with. The first few years of what? First few years of this century, of this decade. The passing few years. Wow, thank you, Ronan. Oh. Okay, so let's see. Laid off from. It's two words, but it fits, Vitali. Throughout the recent years, recent definitely, Valentine, and dumped. Dumped works. Although it's a bit informal. Yeah, it's the other way round. And Oksana goes for last and sacked, which is pretty good. Okay, so have been fired from their jobs, but these are industries where they're looking for workers. I'm going to even give you a clue. ING. Yeah, which no one's done. Throughout the hard few years. Maybe have been laid off. That would work. Been laid off. Manu, have been fired from jobs in record numbers. Manu, have been canned from jobs. Not the right register. No, Oksana. Hello, Flower. During the last few years, good Rose. Have been made redundant from. Think about the other way though. Other way round. Yeah. Before they fired me, I said I'm leaving my job. So, throughout the past few years, workers have been walking out from, and that would work for learn, and that's the real one we're looking for. Workers have been sacked from their jobs. Patricia, have been removed from their jobs. Past, definitely, Patricia. Great to see you. Sacked from their jobs. But what's the other way round? So, recent and sacked from Ronan, they work. Have been trenched from their jobs. I guess Hadi. Maha, great to see you. Great to see you, Hadi, as well. Have been... So, Flower goes fired. Have been leaving I like that. Leaving, Valentine. Have been decreasing, no, have been resigning. That's good, Vina. Have been resigning from their jobs. The past few years have been moving. I quite like moving throughout the next few years. Next doesn't work. It's got to be in the past. Manu goes sacking or firing. Resigning, says Cami. Good. Past or last. Definitely for the first. And retiring. Retiring works for learn. Have been removing. No, removing doesn't work. Throughout and during. I think they're probably the same. I think throughout says in at every moment. I think they're the same, Rainyard. I've been retiring for Rose. Hi, Maha. Rose goes last and retiring. Have been banished from their jobs. Resigning, says Manji. During is weak, throughout is strong. I think I agree. Have been giving notice to leave their jobs. Have been giving notice from their jobs in record numbers. Have been running from their jobs. I love that. Locks of love and past. So here we go. Here's the original. So throughout the past few years, definitely past was easy. Have been resigning, and I'm not sure who came up with that first. I think it was Vina. Who first came up with resigning. Yeah. Leaving on their own. Manu, in Spain it's impossible because you resign from your job and you don't get another one. They've been resigning from their jobs in record numbers. Leave on their own, Manu, not by their own, by themselves or on their own. Don't confuse those two. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Resigning, definitely, past and resigning. Past or last, I think I quite like both of those. Because these are talking about industries where they're finding difficulty getting enough people to work for them. There are better jobs out there. By the way, Ronan, thank you very much for your donation again. So, some have been careers, some have been job hopping for faster, and some have left the... Okay. So, Vitali, some have been pursuing careers. That works. Changing careers for Rose. That looks. Changing careers for Oksana. That definitely works. Hoping for faster promotions from Vitali. Switching. I like switching a lot. It's good. It's better than pursuing. Switching and changing. Some have been pursuing careers, shifting careers, switching careers, says Patricia, changing careers, says Valentine, faster promotion, for faster results. Yeah, I think faster results work. For faster growth. Yeah, I think that works, Manji. Some have been building careers. Ooh, I like that. Woof. I can't pronounce your name. Riche. So, thank you. Some have been building careers. I like building careers. Shifting careers. Advancing careers is very good, Vitali. Shifting careers, I guess shifting works. Swapping careers, definitely. For Count and for Manisco. Left the office completely. Industry. Woo. That's good. That's good, Oksana. Have been altering careers. If you alter careers, No, alter doesn't work. For faster promotion, promotion definitely. Miserable jobs have left, I would say, their miserable jobs. Faster incentives, Roland. So, Leffy, good to see you. I wouldn't use altering careers, switching careers, changing careers. For faster pay rises. The whole industry. I like the whole industry for learn. Own. I'm not sure where you want to put own. Left the corporate system. I love it, Patricia. Pursuing careers. Mavchin. Building up careers. Left their own country. Some have been fulfilling careers. Carving out careers. I quite like that one. And Manu, some have been following changing careers. Some have been job hopping for faster solutions. And some have left the job market. The job market would work very well, but it needs to be the other way round, Manu. Been longing for careers. For faster increment, for faster pay rises. Yeah, they're explaining the reasons why. The rat race, I love the rat race, Vitali. Left the industry behind. That works definitely, Roland. For faster money. It's a bit informal, Leffy. And Rohi, great to have you. Left the lucrative places. Not very. Yep, I love it too, P. Pursuing better advancement. Pursuing careers for faster advancement. Some have left the job market. All of those work, Sharon. That's very good. Left the market. So notice, Manu, you're writing these the wrong way. The job market. Have left job hunting, Vina, yeah. Have been switching careers for faster growth. Left their careers, Hadi, but the others are good. Left the toxic environment. That works, Mavchin. Okay, so here goes. Here come the answers. So, some have been switching careers. So well done those of you who got switching. Some have been job hopping for faster advancement. Sharon said advancement. I think Sharon was the first person to say advancement. Pepax, lovely to hear from you. For faster advancement, and some have left the workforce altogether. Okay, have been pursuing careers. Yes, pursuing. For faster growth, that works, Locks, as well. So, let's try the next one. Yeah. Yes, it's Pepax, or user as he's also known around here. Switching, changing. Okay, in the US for the August 2022 for the Bureau of Labor Statistics puts labour force participation at 1 percentage point below its February 2020 Okay, so well, we missed you too, Papax. Users the imposter. Definitely Leffy. Okay, so example for Vitali for decades doesn't work, Mav. I think I'm just going to call you Mav. So example for Oksana. For instance, that's good, Count Beauty. In the US, for example, good, Manu. Report for the second one. That works quite nicely. And report for both Oksana and Vitali. For example, says Roland. Puts down. Ugh. below its February 2020 average. Okay, average works for the last one, and I guess puts down, as in writes down, states, works as well. I guess both of those work, Vitali. So, for instance, says Valentine, good. And for example, says Patricia. For instance, says Manji. Put down labour force. That works, Manu. For example, so who's this polyglot? For example, the August 2022 report. So report from Manji. And Ronan says, for instance. Okay, here. Act. It could be an act, Patricia. Here. Guts. I'm not so sure about the guts. So let's see. Renyard. For instance, the report puts labour force participation rate. Ooh, Leffy. So, for instance, Leffy, that's really good. That's really good for the third one. That's really good for the third one. Below its 2020 score. I like score a lot. It's not the one they used, but it's good. Well done with that number 3, Leffy, by the way. Okay, statistics. I'm not sure where you want to put statistics, Ronan. Guts thee. Okay. So, puts off. To put off means to make not like, Mav. No. For example, Maha, definitely. Threshold. That's getting closer, Patricia. So, for learn. For instance, the chart puts forward. I like put forward for learn. Below its February 2020 comparison. Comparison is good. Okay, I like that it's February 2020 score. Ooh, 2020. Manisco, no. Okay, Valentine. Level. Oh, a labour force puts a labour force participation rate at 1% below its February 2022 level. Congratulations, Valentine. That's very good. Well done, Oksana. Puts the labour force participation rate, a labour force, puts skilled labour force participation. It needs an article. 2022 figure. That's a good one. Yeah, I know. Below its average. I'm not very happy with average. Puts under. So, for example, says Williams, the report, yes, the labour force participation rate, good, below its February 2022 level. Here come the answers. In the US, for instance, for example, both very good. The August 2022 data from the Bureau of Labour Statistics put the, and I think, who was it who got that the first? I think it might have been Patricia. So, a labour force participation rate, both the and a work fine, below its February 2022 level. Benchmark is very nice as well for this last one. Yes, it was you, Leffy, wasn't it? Yeah. Congrats, Leffy. It was definitely you. I remember now. So, I think this is probably the last one of these, and then we'll do something a bit easier than this. Other words, people have quitting, and in some sectors and jobs they haven't been coming. Yes, you got the, didn't you? That was the guts right at the beginning, Patricia. Well done. So that's a good start, Vitali and Polyglot and Ronan and Mav and Cami. Okay. Indefinitely. In other words, for Valentine, for Ronan, for Singh. Been quitting, says Vitali. In other words, people have been good. That's good, Mav. In other words, for Vina. In other words, for Count. Oh, well done. That's the last one, Valentine. Rose. In other words, people have been. Good work, Rose. In other words, that's it, Roland. They haven't been coming forward. And others haven't been coming forward. So, Polyglot, people have been quitting. Have been quitting for Chidam. And been quitting for Ronan. Good. In other words, people have been quitting. I wish I could pronounce your name. Chai at the end. But I think that's a dabir cha. Maybe. Okay, in other words people have been quitting for you, and the same for learn. Bean says Manji. Wow, I'm way behind. In other words, says Patricia, been back. That's very good, Sharon. Been quitting for Count. Have been quitting for Vina. Have been quitting for Singh. In and been. This looks like it's in Hindi. I don't know your name either. Okay, altogether haven't been. No, that's for the previous one, Ronan. Haven't been coming back for Polly. In other words, people have trouble quitting. Okay. And they haven't been coming forward. But if this is forward, who is they, Leffy? People have been quitting. Coming shortlisted? No. So, all three, Oksana. Good. Been quitting. Definitely Valentine. They haven't been coming altogether. I guess that altogether works in this last one, Ronan. Yes. That's all three, Renyard. Good. And coming back, says Vina. Coming along. They haven't been coming along. It needs to be this back. Thank you. Wow. Okay, so Manu says, in other words, people have been quitting, and in some sectors and jobs they have not been coming back. Good. Indefinitely, Maha. Been definitely, Patricia. Coming out. Hi, Omar. Great to have you. Coming back, says Patricia. Call him Vitali too. Is that Vitali? It doesn't look like Vitali. So Leffy, please help me, because I know you can read Cyrillic. Coming back, that's it, Rose. Tetiana, in other words, have been quitting, coming back. Good. Hi, Deepesh. In other words, people have been dropping out, have not been coming back. Okay, you're all together. Yes. It's okay. Yeah, have taken to quitting. Wow. Okay, haven't been coming forth. Maybe. Ahmed, in other words, have been quitting. they haven't been coming all together. Let's see, Ronan. Yeah, I understand that they haven't been coming all together. But after they've quit, Ronan, why would they come? Yeah, people have been quitting. Yeah, they've been quitting, and people haven't been... Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, people just stop coming without even quitting. Yeah, okay. Haven't been coming to apply again. Yes, that's the idea. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I'm back in. Okay. Haven't been coming along. Maybe, yes. Okay, definitely back. Together and all together. You could put two things together, but all together looks at the global thing, Renyard. The class is too popular. Yep, I can't cope anymore, oh no. Thank you, Ahmad. Fly me to the moon. Okay, people as a general thing. Have been quitting. There are no options. The options start now. So these are the answers. In other words, people have been quitting, and in some sectors and jobs, they haven't been coming back. Yeah. To apply again or to reapply. Yeah. Or the people have been going and not coming back. So let's leave this one, and now I'm going to do what we more normally do. So here we have the choices. And we've got a flood of people coming in. Wow. Okay, so and the zero and the zero and the important takeaway. So this is a new thing. This is about diet and sleep. Yes, articles. Okay. An important takeaway. Okay, here takeaway is talking about a piece of information. Yeah? So Vitali says an and the. Leffy goes for an. Pepax goes for the. Oksana goes for an and the. Deepesh goes for an. Singh goes for an and the. Banti for an. Rakesh for an. Valentine for an and the. Roland for the. Manisco for the. Ronan an and the. Deepesh for the. Okay, so now we're back. Take away food, but here take away, it's talking about a piece of information from a report. Okay, that's it, Renyard. That's very good. The if there's only one, and an if there are others. That's it, Renyard. So Count Beauty says an and the. Sangdon says the. Rose says an. Cami says an and the. Vina an and the. Patricia an and the. Our friend from Taiwan says an. Salsa says the. There, yum yum. In English we normally say yum yum, Pepax. And Sharon says an and the. Okay, the right answer is an and the. And Tetiana, an and the as well. Both of them. An important takeaway, if there are various. The if there's only one. That's good, Manu. Yeah. So, okay. And Maha went for an. So, let's try the next one. And this is the very... Depeche. An and the. Exactly, Depeche. And this is the very last one in this article, and we'll start a new one. People should be paying attention to what they eat during the day and how they feel and sleep, and make changes whether, if, though, albeit they need to. So Vitali goes if. Pepak says whether they need to. Ha. So Vitali Dos, as Leffy put it, whether. Vina, if. Ha. This is interesting. Vina goes if. Valentin goes whether. Oksana goes if. Count goes whether. Ronan for if. Rose for if. Depeche for if. Mav for if. Sharon for if. Vina for ish. Depeche Mode. That's it. Patricia for if. Polyglot for if. Singh for if. Renyard for if. Leffy, Hadi and Banti for if. Let's see. Albeit, no, definitely. Albeit if they need to. Though they need to, definitely not. It's not whether, says Deepesh. Okay, so if for Banti and Tetiana and Manu. Salsa goes whether. Alex goes for if. Rakesh for if. It's about 50, almost 50 people. Yes, that's true, Ronan. Both whether and if. No. Let's see. Whether normally implies whether or not. And whether they need to or not. No, if they need to, only in the case that they need to. Whether is giving you a choice of two things, whereas if in the case that they need to. So it's got to be if they need to or not. Et. Hair. Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't know, Leffy. We'll see. I'll probably put it at a really awkward time. Okay, so this one has got to be if they need to, because if says in the case that. Whether says either in case A or in case B. Yeah, Leffy's very sassy. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, Leffy. I shall, definitely. So, whether or not. Okay, and the Manji for the previous one. Yes, that's correct. And now we are up to 50, by the way, Ronan. So, new article. Okay, if says flower. Good. Okay, so the new article is 10 grand challenges we'll face by 2050. And if, albeit, despite, yeah, this is very good, albeit it's expensive, nevertheless. Okay, it's saying that there is some sort of problem with this. So this is the best model there is, albeit I can't afford it. Nevertheless, so here's the new link if you want to see the answers. This is the link to the new article. 10 grand challenges we'll face by 2050. So here we go. If, that's definitely if, Manji. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. This restaurant looks really horrible and the decoration is terrible. Albeit the food is very good. That's it, Mav. Albeit it's the same as although. So, thank you, Rakesh. Okay. So, these are the problems. Editing genes, aging populations, rising sea levels. The world is moving faster than ever. What will those fads, drifts, trends, standpoints mean for our society over the next 30 years? So, this one's going to be an easy one to start with. We've got trends for Vitali Pepax says fads. Trends for count in the world. Okay. Trends for Polly, for Valentine, for Hadi, for Deepesh, for Rose, for Oksana, for Singh, for Alex, for Firdaz, good morning. Okay, for Manji trends, Leffy goes trends, so does Manisko, Deepesh, Sharon, Renyard and Ronan. Okay, so let's see. A standpoint is a point of view. From my standpoint, from my point of view. Drifts or trends, says Patricia. Ronan, so trends for Renyard, Ronan. Leffy says he's a trendsetter because he's really trendy. P says drifts or trends. What will those standpoints? But the standpoint is a point of view about these problems. So standpoints, it can't be Baruzan. Drifts, says Vina. These drifts. No, I don't like drifts at all. To drift is to move. These drifts in society, it's not a drift. Okay, so Tetiana goes for trends. Oksana says trend. It is not the best word here. I would say those problems, those difficulties. So, trends for Rakesh. So, thank you, Roland. A fad is a fashion, is a temporary fashion. Everybody's doing it, so it's a fad. Yeah, it's very popular with everyone, and they think it's a fad. Trends on the internet, says Deepesh. Yes, those trends for Manu, good. So drifts for Firdaz. It's a good one, Ahmad. It's quite a good one. Okay. A fad is something fashionable that lasts a short time. A diet or all sorts of things. Manu goes for standpoints. No, this is not easy. Our friend from Taiwan. So the right answer here is trends, as Maha has just said. So let's go for the next one. Next one. I think the next one is probably more clear cut. What will those trends? I don't know. I will write it down and check, Ronan. If I don't have a fad video, I will make it. And Ronan, by the way, you're I think there's some requests of yours that are coming up as well. Trends is bang on the money, absolutely. Okay, so greetings, GW. Okay, drift slowly to move from one place to another. So Taiwan says chasm, Vitali says chasm, Leffy says bang on the money, chasm from Taiwan, chasm from Singh, chasm from count. But notice you can have a trend on a graph. Yeah? It can be, but I think I agree with you more, Firdaz, that trend is not the best word, but it's the best word there is out of the choice. Void says Depeche. Manji goes for chasm. Yeah, thank you, Ronan. Void for Vina. Depeche is not sure. Okay, chasm for Patricia, chasm for Hadi, chasm for Rose, chasm for Oksana, for Sharon, the crater for Manisko, chasm for GW, Banty goes chasm. The distance, yes, distance is the meaning, Valentine, but you can fall down it in the middle. Chasm for Renyard and Roland and Ronen. The gulf is a good synonym. Yeah, a big gap. Roland says the chasm. Data trends, yes, that's the point, Leffy. You can have trends in data, and that's it. Pepak says chasm. Rakesh for chasm. The void between... I guess void works, but it's not the best answer, Leffy. The abyss. Yeah, gap is missing, because gap is definitely another option. The gulf. So, Zhang goes for gap, but it's not there. And Firdaz the gap. The daylight between. Okay. The chasm. The abysm between rich and poor. Okay, chasm. A chasm is a big gap that falls down miles. Yeah, it's a big difference. So a chasm talks about a big gap. Okay. The divide. I like the divide, Leffy. Great to see you, Malak. The chasm. Looking in the void of space, Hadi. Okay. The hollow. A hollow's a space with nothing in it. The void talks like outer space. The crater. A crater of a volcano or a crater on the moon. Unfortunately. The light years. That works, Valentine. That's very nice, GW. The contrast. The disparity. A divide. Yeah. But the divide. The divide between rich and poor definitely would work, Vitali. The disparity, the rift works as well. No. Ronan's in Israel and Roland's in Hungary. They're miles apart. Okay, the chasm, says Maha. The chasm, abyss, definitely, Manu. Okay, great to have you back, Deepesh. So... What about the big challenges that are brewing for the future? In 30 years, what might be on the world's lineup, agenda, itinerary, diary to solve? Hollow, not solid, empty. No, I know, Roland, I know you're different to Ronan. Okay. Deepesh goes for void. It's a chasm, Deepesh. A void in my heart. That's good, Tetiana. So, we've got agenda for Vitali, for Valentine, for Oksana, for Firdaz. What is a lineup for Learn? What's a lineup? Polyglot goes for agenda. Sing for agenda. Taiwan goes for agenda. Ronan for agenda. Sharon, Renyard, Roland. And what's an itinerary, Leffy? And you know what an itinerary is very well, because I'm sure you get one every day you go to work. Okay, so agenda for Roland, for Vina, for Hadi, Patricia for agenda. Good evening, Williams. We've now got, notice Williams, I've got a Williams Sharon and a Williams Doncor here. So I'm going to have to call you Doncor Williams. Okay, so Alex DeCabs goes for agenda, so does Doncor, so a selection. Team lineup, that's the point, Firdaz. A team lineup, the members of the team. Yep, everybody's happy. The itinerary, Rose. The itinerary are the places that you're going to visit. On the agenda says, Manu, the Liverpool lineup. That's it, Vitali. Lineup says Sangdon, but no. The lineup are the people playing for a team. On the world's route, Deepesh goes for agenda. Hello, BI. Basketball lineup. Good. Agenda for Manji. Good. Itinerary's the plan of a journey. You call it a manifest, but isn't the manifest the things that you've got in the van, Leffy? And the itinerary is where to take the items on the manifest. Okay. Agenda for count. The queues line up. the queue lines up, but this is different. The lineup. Yeah, the lineup for something. Travel itinerary for Roland. Rakesh agenda. Brewing. Building up. Getting ready. Preparing. Donkor. An itinerary is a route. Yeah, okay. So, itinerary. The itinerary is the list of places that you're going to visit. The route, the course. The agenda is the itinerary to follow. The agenda are the things that that are to be done. Yeah, agenda for Roland, for Maha. They need to solve our journey to Mars. Okay, short list. Lineup, group of people brought together for some purpose. So the next one, genetic modification of humans. That looks better. Okay. Marco Polo's diary about his itinerary to Samarkand. It's great to have you. Thank you very much, Tetiana. Donkor. Agenda, plan or strategy. The list of things that you've got to do. And Hossein as well. Great to have you. Yeah. Bellowing. Okay. So, bellowing, says Pepax. Debates among scientists started bellowing, shouting, roaring, brawling last year over a new technology that lets us edit human DNA. It's called CRISPR, pronounced CRISPR, and it's a means of altering people's DNA to carve diseases like cancer out of the equation. So, Pepax goes for bellowing, Deepesh for bawling, Vitali for roaring. Your Billy Big Wheels, a 7.5 tonner. Yeah, I'm sure you drive. Yeah, but you're still going to have a manifest for your 7.5 tonner, Leffy. Bellowing for polyglot, roaring for learn, roaring for count, bawling for Valentine, bellowing for Sharon. Bawling for Manji, roaring for Renyard, Hi BI from Turkmenistan, roaring for Roland, thank you Hossein, and roaring for Ronan. Okay, I think that you're doing quite well. So, let's see. Roaring for Ronan for Oksana, a 40-foot Arctic, yeah. It's going to be 7.5 tons unladen weight, Leffy, isn't it? 40 tons laden. And roaring for Manu, roaring for Firdaz, roarings for Donkor. Depeche says it's bawling, and Patricia says it's roaring. Okay, so, to bellow. To bellow is like a bull when it's about to attack. Yeah? Started bellowing. No. Shouting. The debate didn't start bellowing. The debate didn't start shouting, but it started roaring very definitely. Because roaring means going very strongly. Yeah? With a lot of noise. A baby bawls. So, a bull bellows, people shout, and a baby bawls. But a debate can roar very definitely. Roaring sound of the lion. Shouting in disagreement. Great to see you, Malak. Here. No, so roaring. Lions roar. Bawling, crying. Roaring for Hadi and for Patricia. That's great. So, let's go to the next one. Here. 44 tons max. I've only ever driven one of those twice in my life, Leffy. Rumbling, yes, rumbling is very good, but rumbling is quieter than roaring. I like rumbling, Hossein. Okay. Emphasizes roaring, but you see, to me, for learn, bellowing is more physical. Bellowing is like shouting. Yeah, babies also squall, definitely. Okay, sounds great, right? But what if it needs an it here? What if it takes a dark ethical turn and it turns into a eugenics-esque vanity project to bear out, churn out, give out, mass out, designer babies, selecting embryos that produce babies that will be super intelligent or that have certain physical characteristics? So Vitali goes for churn out, so does Singh and Donkor and Valentine. To mass out, to mass produce designer babies, maybe Barjan. To churn out, says Leffy. Sharon goes for churn out. Churn for Pepax and for Count and for Roland and for Firdaz. Churn out for Manji. Churn out for Ronan. To spit out. Yeah, spit out definitely works, Valentine. And it turns into to bear out. No, churn out. Let's see, to bear out means to prove something is true. The evidence bears out my story. Please bear me out. Listen to the end. It just means everyone will be the same, Leffy. Yeah? Yeah, and we'll all look like you. Oh dear, oh dear. So Hadi says churn out. And Jean says turn out. Bear out. No. To bear out means to prove that something is true, or to be patient until the end. To give out, well, to donate everywhere. So Hossein, to churn out means to produce in large numbers. Yeah? The factory churns out 100,000 items a day. I think you could say I churn out video day after day. Yeah? More and more and more, and rapidly. Okay, so churn out for Sangdon and for Rakesh as well. So, to churn out. No, to stamp out means to eradicate. I want to stamp out this type of behaviour. To bear up, to hold out. Crank out, that definitely works for learn. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, and give it time to catch up. Genetic engineering is not embryo selection. Yeah, but GW, they're talking about using CRISPR to edit the genes. Yeah? They're not talking about embryo selection. They're talking about editing the DNA with CRISPR. And that is genetic engineering. To crank out, yes. Churn out for Kyle. So, while it's not widely used enough to be considered a current grand challenge, this is an out, in, up, on, and coming advancement whose wide-ranging repercussions we need to be prepared for. And it's all the more reason to ensure ethicists have a seat at the table at every laboratory, university and corporation that might be scratching, itching, crashing, tingling to alter our DNA. So, up for Vitali. A factory churns out. That's it, Sangdon. Tingling, says Pepax. Up, says Oksana. Up and coming for Manji. And Vitali goes itching. Valentine up and coming and itching. Sharon up and coming. Count for up and coming. And the same for Donkor as well. Itching for Taiwan. Oksana says itching. Up and coming for Manu and itching for Manji. Up and itching for Polly. Leffy says up, and so does Ronan. Up and coming for Fernandez. Rose says up and coming. Count says itching. Ronan says itching. Good. Cowles says up and coming. And Renyard says itching. Sharon says itching. Cowles says itching. Up and itching for Hadi. So if something is up and coming, it's started and it's rising very rapidly and soon will be very important. He's an up and coming star. Yeah? So he's going up and he will go up a lot further. Yeah? He's an up and coming reporter. So he's already got a name for himself as a reporter, and he still continues to go up. So Alex says itching, Fernandez says itching. So up and coming, very definitely for the first one. Okay, so itching, scratching, crashing, tingling. Yes, the YouTube channel is definitely up and coming. Thank you, Leffy. That's okay, Jean. Okay, so if you are itching to do something, you really, really want to do it. I'm itching to go on holiday. Up and coming, great potential, good. Thank you. A hardy man. He's very tough and strong and a man for all weathers. Okay, so if you're tingling, you've got this tingling in your fingers. Definitely not. It's you're itching to do something. I'm itching to drink some more of my Coca-Cola. Yeah? Craving. Yes, that's the idea. Notice inching and itching. They are very different things. Okay, so yeah, I think that's probably enough for today. So up and coming. This is talking about something that's on the up and up. It has great potential. Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Yes, there are a lot of societies like that. An emerging rising star. Yes. Very definitely, Cal. Okay, so I'm itching to do this. Yeah, I really, really want to do it. Yeah, I'm itching to do it. Yeah, you scratch the itch. Itching to do something, to want something desperately, to want something badly. That's a good definition as well. Yes, that's it, Hossein. When you lay too much on your limb for a long time, it will start to tingle like a needle pricks you. Hossein, we also say needles and pins. Yeah, I've got needles and pins in my arm. So Manji, thank you. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming. It's been a great session. We've had a lot of people in today. Special thanks to Ronan for the donation. Yeah, ravenous to alter. Yeah, itching to do it. Ravenous to alter. So thank you all for coming. Let me first write here. Next is Tuesday 19th of. Is that the 19th? No, it's the 20th, isn't it? 20th of SEPT at 9:30 UK time. Okay, God save the King. God save King Leffy. Okay, so by the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. The tingling in my thumbs. Yeah? Okay, that's the idea. By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this which way comes. So thank you all. Thank you Renya, thank you Manu, thank you Barzan, thank you Firdaz, thank you Leffy. I wish I could pronounce your name from Taiwan. Thank you Polly, thank you Cal, thank you Jean, thank you Count Beauty, thank you Manisco, thank you William Sharon, thank you Leffy, thank you Oksana, thank you Valentine, thank you Ronan, thank you Vitali. Oh, and Ronan, thank you for the donation. Thank you Manji, thank you Manu, thank you Hossein, thank you to who else? Oh, to BI, thank you to Alex DeCabs, and thank you to William Sharon and to Williams Doncor. And who else do I need to thank? Thank you Rose. And who else? Who else is here? Oh, thanks to Pepax and Sangdon and George Washington and Pepax and Rakesh. Wow, and thank you to anyone else who I have missed. Okay, so a cute community, I quite agree. So it's wonderful to have you. Thank you very much. It's good to meet you, Cal. You'll find a huge amount here. Thank you, Roland, as well. So I hope